themselves. All right. Say something for me.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Now we're here.
All right. Yo, yo, yo. What up? Trey
Yo.
Alberson.
Yo.
There we go.
And yo.
If you can hear me, thumbs up in the chat.
This episode has, well, I'll say it here in a second.
Yeah, we intro in.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Except
get
for
it going.
I feel like I'm super pale.
That's just those lights. You can try turning the overheads off if you want. Try one of them. Do the other one. Does that help at all? Try the other one. You're still fairly pale, huh?
Yeah, still a little pale.
All right. We'll turn them back on if you don't mind, because that darkens everything. Yeah. There we go. All right.
All right.
You're a ghost. That's the way it goes.
Whoa.
All right. Here we go, guys. Mute the one that looks like USB. The third one over from the right.
Oh, it's unmuted.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Halfway.
Let's
try that one more
and
time.
then hit.
Hey there, welcome to
BWAAA.
King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am still rusty. Season
Rusty.
8. Season 8 rusty.
We are back to the way things used to be.
We are. We're home. We finally made it back.
Heading into season 8, episode 1.
Yep.
I did not get the production number. What's the production number on this one?
8 ABE01. Actually,
Okay.
right on the money. Yeah. Patch
Year of our Lord.
Boomhauer.
Patch Boomhauer aired Sunday, November 2nd, 2000, and Trace.
Yep.
So only 22 years old.
And it's actually
Almost right at it.
episode 150. Yeah.
Artie's here. Hello, Artie. Trey is here. Hello, Trey.
And if we would have waited a little bit longer, we might have been able to do this one on the day of.
That's true. Yeah.
We were close.
We're only a couple.
We're
weeks away
always
from it.
around that time frame anyway. We always end up around it eventually.
So, okay. This is bear with us if this one, Artie, we got your notes. Thank you. Bear with us on this one because we got to get back into the swing of things.
So we got to get back into the flow. Yeah, we've been on some different
We've been doing these watch-alongs, which I don't have to prep for really. And then
there's very little prep for
today,
a watch along.
We're back to the color-coded script.
You just got to have your opinions in order.
We'll see how this goes. King of the Hill, season 8, episode 1. Patch Boomhauer. Tensions run high when Boomhauer's brother Patch proposes to Boomhauer's old flame. As the wedding is planned, Boomhauer soon discovers that Patch is behaving like a sleazy pervert on the side.
I was in a box. Welcome.
I was in a box. Hello. We were worried, but now you're here. All right, so we start with Boomhauer.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the writer and the director
please
first. Do. Okay, so the writer is a
Jack Kerouac.
J.B. Cook. My Name is Earl produced 35 episodes of My Name is Earl, but also did 48 episodes of King of the Hill.
I love that.
As a producer, and also wrote for Lost and Found.
Lost and Found.
It looks like a movie. David Spade, Sophie Marceau, Marceau, however you say that. Never seen that one. That must be one of the David Spade movies that nobody talks about. But he produced produced some stuff. So yeah. And then we've got the director of this episode,
Francis Ford Coppola.
No, Anthony Leoy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Go for it, Anthony.
He did a lot of King of the Hill.
I don't even know what it looks like to direct a animated show. Like you can't tell characters to get from here to there, and you know.
How you do it. Well, that's all with the storyboard. That's all up to the storyboard director who does that. Yeah. We could talk to F, have him on. He can explain it to us.
That'd be great.
You've got
Sparky Buff.
You've got the guy Anthony Leoy. So he worked on a lot of episodes. He's been a storyboard artist, an assistant director, He's been an character layout artist, director, and storyboard artist, a retake director. So he's worked on a lot of the show. He's done a lot of different episodes, various seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Sparky Buff is asking if this is the only Patch episode.
I'm not 100% certain. I don't want to say yes or no.
Because Patch is played by who?
Bruce Wayne.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Same guy.
Yeah.
I wonder why he never did a Batman.
I don't know. He
imagine Brad Pitt as a Batman,
just
like
Batman.
smoking a cigarette.
Cool. Yeah,
just like smoking a cigarette. He would be the only version of Batman that smoked.
Yeah,
would be Brad Pitt, I think.
Yeah,
because like when he was in Fight Club, that's a good movie, but we can't talk about it.
Badass movie. Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about it. All right, but
Patch episode where he speaks, he makes a visual cameo at Luann's.
Oh yeah, everybody does at Luann's wedding. Okay, so just to wrap this guy up, he did work on a lot of cool stuff, or a lot of stuff that's watched. It's kind of funny that he worked on this one. He worked on the Cleveland show actually.
Oh, okay.
For 88 episodes.
I mean, take a job where you can get it,
Well, I mean, they canceled one, so it's like I gotta get in where I can fit in. Yeah. But he actually went from King of the Hill to American Dad to the Cleveland show. So the segue was it made sense. And then he went to Big Mouth after that.
I wonder
so
if
he worked
because,
on Big Mouth.
Big Mouth actually looks like one of those shows. It's got kind of the same art style.
Yeah. Did 20 episodes of Human Resources as well.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen that one?
No.
I've never seen that one either. I think it's one of those ones that's I don't think it's an animated one. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a spin-off of Big Mouth. Oh. It's a workplace comedy set in the world of the monsters.
Yeah, it's
them weird ass monsters from because the monsters was the weirdest part of Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Because they had like the period monster and all that weird shit. So this actually that could actually be kind of funny once you take all the kids out of the equation, because I thought that was what was weird about Big Mouth is that they were all like prepubescent kids.
Yeah.
And if you take that out of the equation and you just have the monsters, I think that might actually be a fun show.
Yeah, it might be pretty good. All right, so let's get started on season 8, episode 1. We start with Boomhauer in the hot tub. He's reading the paper, and we only see him from his back. He reaches over occasionally and grabs some cheese and some grapes, like a Roman emperor or something. I mean, it's very. I have no doubt that Boomhauer knows how to relax.
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
No doubt whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
The phone rings. He gets up out of the hot tub and he's wearing his tiger stripe bikini bottom. I don't know what you call those. What do you call them?
Yeah, bikini bottom.
Not a G-string. It's a what do you call the banana hammock? What is
a thong?
It's not a thong. It's a Speedo.
A Speedo.
Yeah, Speedo. No one makes cheese like the Americans.
A cock sling.
All right.
I think the vernacular is cock sling.
He picks up the phone and goes, yo. And then you hear, kind of distorted, you hear, daggone man, dog, you're talking big old bite apple man, talking about sends a daggone buying cow. And then Boomhauer says, oh man, you talking about them like a dang old dang. And then we also hear, daggone big wingo bang dog, like, woo, yeah, baby. That's the entire back and forth
between him and Patch,
and we don't know that it's Patch yet.
Yeah, we don't know who
all
it is,
we know is this is probably somebody related to Boomhauer. That's all we really know. Now we go over to the alley. We've got all 4 guys. So we got Hank, Dale, Bill, and Boomhauer. Hank says, wow, so your little brother Patch is getting married. Now that calls for a beer. And you hear, yep. Mm-hmm. He goes, yeah, you boys were always competing over something. Who could sell the most copies of Grit? You remember Grit magazine?
Nah, what is that? Tell us about Grit.
It was so you as a kid would go door to door selling this dumb Grit magazine. It was just another one of those like side hustles that little kids could have, like selling.
Oh, I got you.
Selling wrapping paper.
Is this it here? Shot hunting skills with these tips and tricks to bring down game quickly and accurately for humane and ethical hunt. It says Grit magazine. Yeah, it says rural American know-how.
When was that? Published? Does it say
the 60s?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
It said a typical issue cost around 15 cents.
Yeah.
And the portion of the sales went to the Newsboys.
Yeah.
So what it was kind of like what you would do, because we did something similar with sodas at Floyd Casey Stadium. Yeah. They'd give you a pallet of sodas and they'd hand you a wad of ones, however many ones they gave you, and they were like, you sell X amount of sodas, you make this much per soda. So the trick is Baylor is full of old white people.
Sure.
And that was what the majority of the demographic was at the game. So all you would ever have to put on there is diet soda and water.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people didn't think market forward. They just thought, I'll just load it up with whatever and walk around.
Yeah.
And some kids would be like, well, how are you making?
You end up walking around with a bunch of squirts.
Oh, I would leave with like $300.
Yeah.
And that would be for 2 quarters, because I would sit down, because you're in the game for free and you work as much as you want. And then after that, they don't care. You go sit and watch the game. So it was when RG3 was playing and he was packing out Floyd Casey.
Yeah.
So I would just go up and down and hawk sodas or diet sodas and waters. And I'd make $400, sometimes $500 when he was playing.
Yeah.
And work 3 quarters and sit down and watch the last quarter.
What, cans? Just cans?
No, it's bottles.
Plastic bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're supposed to sell them for $1, but I would sell them for $1.50, $1.75. So I would make the money that they were paying me, plus I'd make a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And some people would be at the very top, and nobody wanted to walk that high.
Right.
So I had like old people that would be like, well, I'll give you $20 and then I'll continue to buy stuff from you. Just come to me. So, because nobody else is walking up here.
Deal,
so yeah.
Smart hustle, says Sparky Buff.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a smart hustle.
He said, who could sell the most copies of Grit? Who could bag the most groceries? Boy, what an exciting childhood that sounds like. Dale said,
well, everything seemed more competitive back then, I guess.
Dale said, who could bag the most ladies? Bill's like, it was always close, but it was always Boomhauer. He goes, yeah, Patch finally beat Boomhauer at something, his way to the altar. Dale says, oh, don't worry, Boomhauer. Patch might have beat you to the altar, but you'll beat him to the grave. As a bachelor, your life expectancy is 7 years shorter than us blissfully marrieds. What a wonderful fact, Dale. Avon Bill gets a couple of years credit for that charade of a marriage of his. And Bill just like, that's true.
That's funny.
Just like a freaking idiot. And then Boomhauer, dang old journeyman, ain't no race. And he walks off. Obviously, he's a little upset.
Probably very upset.
But it's just bubbling right now, right? It hasn't hasn't turned into anything.
It's definitely brewing.
Trey says, fuck you, Dale. that's another one of our shirts.
There you go. Like, fuck you, Dale.
F-U*K Dale.
There you go.
All right. So then we see Boomhauer just like eating by himself and all this. And then we hear somebody knocks at the door, rings the doorbell, and he goes to the door, and it's a blonde. Well, I'm sorry. He goes to the gas station. He's getting gas. Then as he's getting the gas, you hear Boomhauer. He goes, yo, Catherine Hester, man. Oh. And so this is Catherine Hester, the one that he almost married. He was in a deep, deep relationship with her.
I wonder who he ends up marrying, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I still think in season 15 we need that question answered. I want to see who he's with and how he became a stepdad.
I do too.
Watch
it end up being Catherine.
It could be. Very well could be Catherine.
I don't know. It could be anybody really in the and it could be the chick that what was that?
The rich one?
No, not that one. There was another one.
The rich one he fell for.
What was it? The ice cream truck lady or whatever?
Oh, yeah. I do remember.
What if it's the ice cream truck lady?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be any of these women you've seen running out of his house.
Bill was all worked up because the ice cream truck's over there all the time.
Yeah, and then it was the and then which one was it that Bill that he stole from Bill? Marlene, yeah. Is that the one that he met that was falling that Bill made a hole in the deal so she could fall in it and break her ankle?
Yeah. That was a girl that was just jogging.
Yeah. I think she's the one that.
I think this was after the.
Well, because Boomhauer, I think that's the one that Boomhauer got turned down by. Is the one that.
The
ankle. I think that's that episode. Yeah.
You're right. Trey says, "Yep."
Yeah, Trey said, "Yep." Thanks for the third-party verification because I'm not sure.
So she is the blonde lady, good looking, I guess, for a cartoon. Oh
yeah, them cartoon.
You can
titties.
tell that her voice is the same person who does Nancy, because she just does it a little softer,
Yeah.
She says, I can't believe it's been 12 years. I just got into town a half hour ago. He goes, oh, thing like talking about old Destiny, man. Talk about the plants of line, just big old dipper, man. Oh, man, that dog ain't gonna smile. You remember getting our brakes caught in that hook, man, talking about no pain, no gain. She goes, I've been thinking about it. I love how she doesn't even reference what he said because she probably can't understand it.
She probably doesn't know what he said. Yeah. It's kind of, there's, those situations are all the time when people just look at him and they're like, well, I don't really know what you said.
Well, there's a joke about that at the end of this also from Hank.
Yeah.
She goes, I've been thinking a lot about you lately. He goes, oh, man, dang old true. She goes, well, yeah, I mean, I am marrying your brother. He goes, you marrying Patch? Talk about my Patch? He goes, I guess I'm going to be Mrs. Boomhauer after all. I was actually on my way to the airport to pick him up. When you see him, could you act surprised? He has this huge surprised look on his face because he's like, oh, dear God. This is the first he's heard of this.
Yeah, which is kind of, I don't know. You feel like as brothers, it would be common knowledge.
Patch
like you don't
should have dropped him a line.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, there's situations where it's okay, but like if it's like marriage,
if you die in war,
if it's just
that kind of thing.
If it's just sexual conquest, whatever, but like
exactly
this right here is a little different. I feel like
she looks at him. He's got that big surprised look on his face. She goes, "Oh, that's perfect," and she gets in her car and drives off.
Yes, Trey said that's ho shit.
Artie says it's Laura Dern.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Laura Dern.
Yeah. Now we're in the alley with all four guys, and Hank says, "So your brother's marrying Catherine? She made the best beer." He goes, "Yep." He goes, Dale says, wow, it's like if Russians landed on the moon after we did and then married it. Sorry, Boomhauer. Married it. Boomhauer's okay. He had his chance to land Catherine in the boat years ago. Instead, he cut the line. And then you hear, hey, man, it's dang old history, man. And then a car drives up. Who we come to understand is Patch is hanging out the window and just like, yeah. He jumps out. He's a
lot less reserved than Boomhauer is.
He jumps out, he slides across the hood like frickin' Starsky and Hutch, and then goes up and starts messing with his brother. Before that, Boomhauer's like, "Oh man, here they come now, dude. Go act like a surprise, man." And then he jumps out, gentlemen, introducing dang old deuce and daggum future Miss Patch Boomhauer. And then he shows Catherine. She gets out. Hank says, unbelievable. And then Bill's like, Catherine, is it not? I mean, that's the weirdest sentence to come out of Bill's mouth.
Bill's
Catherine,
weird.
is it not?
Catherine, is it not? What are you, the Knights of the Round Table?
That's right.
No, he's just round at the table at night.
Patch and her are real lovey-dovey. And then Boomhauer looks at it, dang old stand there, man, black t-shirt looking all no, I'm sorry, this is Patch saying it to him. Dang old stand there, black t-shirt looking all sharp, man, with that hair all scruffy on top, boy, man. He gets Boomhauer in a headlock. He goes, come here. And Boomhauer's like, yeah, okay, man, okay. Hey, God dang, man, don't wake up dang old lion. And then he reverses it, puts Patch in a headlock. So this is brother, beating up other brother, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go, man, hey, come on. Hey, ow, daggum jaw, man. Talk to TMJ, man.
You know what TMJ is?
Yeah.
Temporomandibular joint.
Yeah, it's where it clicks, right?
Yeah.
I think it's where it clicks.
I had to look it up.
Artie says Patch is more like an obnoxious Rad Thibodeau. And he's absolutely right about that. The one that dated.
Yeah, similar. Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. All right. So now we're in Hank's backyard. They're having like a little.
Except for I like Rad a little bit more.
True.
Yeah.
They're saying, welcome back to Arlen. And you got Boomhauer talking to a little crowd of people. I'm sorry. I'm going to get these mixed up the whole time. Patch is talking to a little group of people and he goes, shoot, man. Yeah, that's what like got me out of dang old Port John business, man. Dang old quick, like, man, I'm telling you, like, woo, talking Andy Dump, man. I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, I don't either. Lost on that one.
and then Dale's just like, oh, Patch. Like, he just loves Patch.
Yeah, whatever, Patch.
And then Nancy and the girls are sitting over at the outside table, right? And they're just kind of watching Patch. And Nancy's like, I tell you what, blood runs hot in that Boomhauer family. I mean, she is ready to go all the time.
Yeah, she is. She's a firecracker, that one.
Min says, yeah, that Patch got it going on, but he a dog. I can smell it from here. And then, of course, Peggy, here she comes. I still remember the day Catherine left for London. Boomhauer stayed in his hot tub for 2 straight days. I've never seen a man look so unhappy, yet so relaxed. I mean, that's basically what we said.
Yeah, that's what we said, yeah.
Hank
does look kind of relaxed all the time.
That's right. Hank sees Boomhauer with Catherine. They're over there talking. And he goes, Bobby, what are you doing? Because Bobby comes out with a hamburger on a pillow. And Bobby says,
Artie, Brad Pitt versus Matthew McConaughey. That's the exact reason why somebody needs to revive Celebrity Deathmatch.
Well, it's also the reason that one of them needs to run for governor.
I wonder why that show ever ended. You know how
Celebrity
good that
Deathmatch?
was?
Because I would imagine it's now you could probably do it now with AI, but back then they were doing it with true claymation, and that is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but I feel like nowadays that would be so insanely popular.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Imagine watching
Donald Trump and Putin
fight it as clay dummies.
Yeah.
Or
like I say, I think you could probably do it with AI at this point.
Or Kim Kardashian and Jeffree Star.
Did they bring
or
it back
like
a few years ago?
I don't remember them bringing it back. And they might have done like a one-off special or something, but I don't remember bringing it back.
Maybe that's it.
They ran out of clay.
Ran out of clay.
Yeah.
We got to stop, guys.
Well, I remember the
Vern Troyer was the last one we were able to make. That's all the clay we had.
I remember there was a clay shortage because it was something to do with
a clay shortage.
It was the Wallace and Gromit, because wherever they were getting their clay from during COVID, everybody was buying clay. Yeah. Everybody was buying everything during COVID. Like,
I hate that last episode of Wallace and Gromit where they're just the little metal outline skeletons.
I think it's just crazy some of the weird things that became scarce during the COVID, like clay. Like clay, modeling clay, knitting, stuff for knitting.
The other thing,
yarn and stuff.
The other thing
shot up through the roof
that the overlords of the planet got out during COVID is supply chain. So now you can blame everything on the supply chain. You know, nobody talked about freaking supply chain except for people that worked in industries like that.
Yeah, nobody cared about the supply chain until then. Yeah.
And now they can just go, oh, it's supply chain. You're like, oh, okay. Yikes. You can't tell me there's a toilet paper shortage. There never was.
No, actually, there's a guy that I was buying video games from online, and he worked at a toilet paper factory.
I was in a box, said he looked it up, and apparently the creator's been talking about bringing it back.
Oh, okay. That would be great. Hey, if it comes back, we'll talk about it.
That's it. All right. So she says something about that, and then Hank sees Boomhauer talking with Catherine. They look kind of lovey-dovey, honestly, or like they're going over what used to be. Bobby comes out with a burger on a pillow. Hank says, "Bobby, what are you doing?" He says, "I want to show Patch I've got what it takes to be a ring boy." Bobby is super wasted in this episode, by the way.
Yeah.
And Hank says, "It's ring bearer. That's Lady Bird's job. Besides, you're old enough to be an usher." Bobby's like, "Usher? Wow. Sir, come when you have a tie," he says to Hank. Patch is up on the picnic table. He gets up on top of the picnic table, standing there, and he goes, "Yo, shush it. Talking about since I was a little old boy, big brother man, feed me dirt and daggum bugs. But, long story short, man, talking about best man." And he looks over there's a very, very pregnant pause. We look over at Boomhauer, and then finally, yo. And so I guess he's agreed to it.
Yep.
John Redcorn, everybody applauds. John Redcorn, in his only line, looks over at Hank and says, "Very touching, but something tells me this is not over." Bobby's still got the burger, and he takes it up to Patch and goes, "Do you take this burger to be your dinner?"
And it's funny that he's the one that's predicting that, because he's the one that would know better than anybody.
Yep. I think that's exactly where that came from. And then Hank finally goes up to Boomhauer. He's over at the tree, and he goes, "So, Boomhauer, how you doing there?" "Well, man, dang old beard a little warm, but, he goes, "I just hope you're ready to be thinking of her as your sister-in-law." He goes, "Hey, man, I ain't got no dang problem, man. You're talking about got your son, you're walking around carrying a dang old little burger on a pillow, man. And he just kind of walks off,
Yeah.
He's trying to deflect it, right?
He is. He's definitely trying to deflect it.
He knows that Hank's right. But, yes, Artie says Patch and John Redcorn are kindred spirits in philandering. That's absolutely true. So he walks away. Yep. Now we're back in Boomhauer's hot tub again. He's practicing the toast he's going to give.
Isn't he the one that listened to Dido that one time?
Yes.
My tea's gone cold. Yes. I'm wondering why.
That's when he got depressed. He turns that Dido on. Yeah. Sparky says, very prophetic of John Redcorn. Yep, you're right. Yeah. It is definitely foreshadowing. So he's in there reading it. He goes, we're here to congratulate Patch and Catherine on. And then here comes Patch, daggum cannonball, and jumps into the hot tub. Boomhauer is bothered by Patch, just in general.
Yeah, I think so.
He goes, "Watch with that dang old cannonball, man." Luann walks up again in her only interaction here, and she says, "Hello, Mr. Boomhauer. Thanks for letting me borrow your Walkman. I broke it. I love that line. Thanks for letting me borrow it. I broke it.
Which is awful.
And then, of course, Patch, he jumps out of the hot tub, gets in a lawn chair, starts fanning money around, and says, talking about me, ow, here, kitty, kitty, bachelor party, man. Daggum, find you a place to sit, darling. I mean, gross, right? Number one, he jumps in the chair, fans money at a woman he's never met, and says, sit on my face, basically.
Sit on it.
Yikes. And then Boomhauer getting in front of this, he's like, just a little kidder, man. You know, every dang old April Fool's growing up, man, putting a little old frog in my bed. You know, old Patch, man. Luann walks away. Patch runs up to her and says, woo, dog, that's a sweet taste, man. Look forward to that meal, you know. And he just gyrates like a fool. Then Boomhauer says, you know, you got to talk about things about turning over a new leaf with Catherine, man. You got like vows, man. Talking about vows. He goes, yo, man, talk about eating at home, man, except for drive-through window action now and then, man. Talking about fast food, baby. Patch is a creep.
Damn, that's a funny line though. Talk about they go eating at home, man.
And then
a little drive-through window action now,
Boomhauer
man.
pushes Patch.
Make them fries extra crispy.
And Boomhauer said, "They gonna grow up, man." All right, now we are back in the alley, and
they sound like they're from Fort Worth. I bet you
that?
Boomhauer's probably from Fort Worth.
Maybe.
I don't think they ever talk about where he's from.
No, but there is another thing in this episode that confuses me, and we'll get to it in just a second as far as location goes. Guys are rolling in the alley. Boys run up and breaks it up because there is a fight. They are literally rolling on top of each other and freaking out. And Bill looks over and goes, fight! And you hear, get off me, man. And then Hank goes over to break it up. He's like, now calm down, both of you. I can't understand a word you're saying. That's the joke. I think that's great.
The joke. Yeah.
Pat says, shoot, man. I mean, I just thought, wait a man, goes off that gun jealousy, man. Ugly green-eyed monster, man. Con says, you must settle this like men, angry redneck man. Blunderbusters at 20 paces.
I love that.
So when I first
that's probably my favorite line on this episode. That's a shirt. There you go. You can put a blunderbuss. Yeah. Blunderbusters at 20 paces. That's a good shirt.
When I first printed this off, you know, I kind of scanned through it and separate the things. And when I saw blunderbusses at 20 paces, I was sure that was Dale saying that. But no, it was Con. Blunderbusses at 20 paces.
I like that.
Then you hear Hank say, dang it, Boomhauer, your brother is getting married and you need to start acting right. And he says, tell him, man, he's one get the dang old hoochie coochie dance, man. Then Patch says, hey, man, no, you too, hoochie coochie man, talking ain't no best man after all. No way, man. So he's telling him he cannot be his best man now.
Yeah, he's saying no best. I guess. I mean, yeah, that's the if you decipher what they're saying.
And
here.
then Boomhauer says,
sound like a whole lot of rambling.
You can't fire me, man, because I tell you what, I quit. And he storms off. When he walks past Con looks like the cat that just ate the canary. He is so happy to see this redneck fight.
Yeah, he loves it.
He loves this crap. And then you hear from Patch, that game can't no wedding, no best man. Hold the ring.
I don't know the show I watched. The cat never ate the canary.
Yes, no,
he tried.
True. That's true.
That damn canary whooped that cat's ass every day.
so did a bird on a coyote.
Yeah.
Hold the ring, give a speech, man. You know the bachelor party, man. Talking about Hank, and then everybody goes, whoa. He goes, yeah, but me, your best man. Well, Patch, I'd be honored. And then it just kind of goes over and you see a very sad Boomhauer. Boomhauer knows what has happened here, and he does not like it.
Yeah, I really think that Hank and them really should be giving Boomhauer the benefit of the doubt, not Patch.
But they don't.
Which is weird. It's really weird because that's his friends.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's his people, and they're, I don't know. It's kind of
all
iffy.
Right. So that is our first commercial break. We'll take that, and we will be
right back. Yeah.
Join the Daily High Club, the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and accessories. Since 2015, we've sold over 1 million quality products and teamed up with legends like Snoop Dogg and Tommy Chong. Ready to elevate your smoking game? Visit dailyhighclub.com for our El Primo subscription box or shop unique pieces today.
Discover the world of luxury sex toys at Luxury Toy X and indulge in the ultimate pleasure experience. For years, we have been dedicated to the belief that sexuality and wellness are essential components of a happy and healthy life. With over 70,000 satisfied customers, we take pride in our ability to provide products that enhance your sexual well-being. Join our community of satisfied customers and unlock a world of pleasure and self-discovery. Visit luxurytoyx.com today.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
I'm Hunter, the founder of Hello Cake, and today we're digging into ED meds. The number one thing we hear is that guys are sick of waiting for ED meds to kick in. Traditional ED meds take about an hour to kick in as they have to go through your digestive system, where Hello Cake's ED medication dissolves under your tongue and works in about 15 minutes. That's about 3 times faster than traditional ED medication. Curious about ED meds? Go to hellocake.com.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
And we are back. We are in Hank's bedroom. We know we are dealing with a very sad Boomhauer at this point.
Hold on, we got Trey down here. He said, I didn't see this. He said, Hank is the biggest hoe in this episode when dealing with Boomhauer. I'll agree with you. He definitely, it kind of does frustrate me, Mike, because he shouldn't have to come around.
Sure.
Like Boomhauer, out of all the guys in that group, Hank should be able to trust him. He's not Bill. He's not Dale. He's not off.
Honestly, is the one that has the best head on the shoulder.
I think so too. Yeah. You know, out of all 4 of them, Hank obviously is the pillar of the community.
Sure.
But like Boomhauer is not far from Hank. Like he has his, like anytime they're doing stuff, he I guess sometimes they kind of do infantilize him with Dale when him and Dale are roughhouse and are playing around.
Yeah.
But Boomhauer, I feel like is. Yeah, it is his day one. He's supposed to be his best friend from the start, like kind of thing. Like the same things he does for Dale and Bill. It feels like he gives Dale and Bill the benefit of the doubt when they're usually the 2 losers of the group. But he doesn't offer that same courtesy to Boomhauer.
I just wonder if that's because he knows Bill and Dale are idiots, you know, deep down, and he knows Boomhauer is better.
So he expects more from Boomhauer,
Probably,
I guess.
I would say so, even though he can't understand what the hell he's saying.
I think that'd be stretching, but yeah.
All right, we're in Hank's bedroom, of course, because we have to have that in any episode. And Hank's talking to Peggy. They're getting ready for bed. Well, what was I going to do? Let Patch have a wedding without a best man? Boomhauer had his chance with Catherine. And Peggy says, maybe this is just the kick in the pants Boomhauer needs to snap him out of that Peter Pan lifestyle. He goes, you know, maybe you're right. He's not getting any younger, and all the women he dates are something's got to give.
No, Artie, there was that one episode of Catch a Predator, and Boomhauer walked in, but he walked into the wrong house. It was the wrong. He was supposed to be next door, and he was like, "I'm talking about dang old my bad," and then shut the door and went next door where he was going.
In this episode,
yeah,
Peggy's not a turd.
No, she's not.
She's really not.
This is one of the most redeeming episodes for her, I think, in a long time.
Like, she just sees that, and she knows, you know, the Peter Pan lifestyle. She's not talking bad about Boomhauer. She just knows he lives a really young lifestyle. And then she says he's not getting any younger, and the women he dates are. So, I mean, that's as bad as it gets for Peggy in this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty proud of her in this one. Kathy and Jimmy must have not had a great time doing this one because she didn't really get to say that much. All right, so we're back in the alley with Bill, Dale, and Hank. Boomhauer's across the street working on his car, and Bill says, so what are Patch and Catherine serving at their wedding? I need to know what color tux to get stain-wise, which is a great Bill.
That is funny.
Hank and the guys go over to him, and he says, hey, Boomhauer, we're going to start planning the bachelor party at my place tonight. You want to join us? Remember how much fun you had at our bachelor parties? Then we get 3 separate flashbacks.
Yeah.
We get one where Bill is getting married, and Bill is jacked, by the way. He looks like a bodybuilder in this thing.
Bill looks
he
fit.
goes, hey, Bill, can you grab me a beer? He gets up, and he's got a ball and chain on his leg, and everybody just laughs and guffaws. Then we go to the second one, and they're just playing poker during these. Like, that's their wild bachelor party.
Yeah, they're just playing poker.
And Dale says, hey, Hank, could you grab me a beer? Hank gets up. He's got the ball and chain. Everybody laughs. Then you get Boomhauer. He says, dang old ball and chain, man. Hey, man. And then you go to the third one, and you hear Boomhauer say, hey, man, Dale, why don't you give me a dang old beer, man? Dale gets up. He's got a ball and chain on it. And instead of reacting like, oh, that's a funny joke, he says, ah! He's running around like crazy. Whoa, what is it, a bomb? I can't lose it. It's after me. Help. Like he falls down. And by the way, why does he have a top hat on with a feather in it? I don't understand that one because that one's certainly different. Bill Dozer. So anyway, they come back. And Hank says, and come back from the flashbacks, and Hank says, so what do you say, Boomhauer? You ready to step back in? He says, no, man. Closes the hood and just walks away.
Trey said, boring as fuck. Where the hose at? I think that would be a great T-shirt. That would be a great T-shirt with them at the bachelor party, sitting at a poker table, and just say, boring as fuck. Where the hose at? Yeah. That's a great shirt.
All right, so we are back with Boomhauer reading the paper. He sees the wedding announcement in the paper, and he kind of casually covers his brother's face with his thumb because he's just thinking about Catherine.
Yep.
The doorbell rings, and it's Catherine. He goes to the door. She says, hello, Boomhauer. I heard you dropped out as Patch's best man. He goes, I don't want to say nothing about Dango. She goes, dial back the charm. We got some talking to do. I really want us to work things out because I couldn't stand the idea of my kids not knowing their Uncle Boomhauer. He says, man, just dang old complicated, man. It's like that dang old Rubik's Cube, man, like talking about blue, red, man. And you get to one side and it messes up the other side, man. She goes, well, I truly hope that you'll at least come to the wedding. He goes, dang old, I'll be there, man. They share a really long look at each other.
Yeah, a really long look.
Leaves.
Yeah.
We're back in the alley. We've got Dale, Bill, and Hank, and Patch walks up, and Hank says, hey, Patch, we're all geared up for one heck of a bachelor party tomorrow night. We got you 3 kinds of sausage and 2 kinds of pizza. You can eat yourself, silly bachelor. And Pat
3 kinds of sausage and 2 kinds of pizza.
3 kinds of sausage and 2 kinds of pizza.
Sus. Yeah, it's sus.
Pat says, shoot, man, talking about entertainment, man. Take things up, man. Get live, be wild. Talking about go pro. He goes, professional entertainers? Wow. He goes, that come right, man. I'll have him call you. He goes, dang old bring plenty of singles, huh? And then he leaves. They don't really catch that part of it where he says bring plenty of singles. Patch leaves, and he's making that kind of stuff, right? Hank says, I wish Boomhauer could see how happy Patch is.
Oh, Artie said Uncle Boomhauer. That'll be her last name too. Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff.
Well, Artie, I would say yes on that, but like I used to call my grandmother by her, it was like Nana, her last name, Nana Shackelford. That's what I would call her. So it would be,
called my grandmother Frank.
Frank. No, I called her Nana Shackelford, and then my other grandma, I called her Nana and her first name. It would be it was Nana and then a part of her first name.
Yeah,
and that's what she wanted to be called.
Yeah,
and then the other one was that's just what I was always referred to her as. My dad's second wife made the kids that he had with her call him Daddy Shackelford.
Ooh.
They made him say it. She made him say his last name.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's weird. Yeah,
I don't like that at all. All right, so
maybe that's why I divorced. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
We're at Hank's house, and we're at the table in the kitchen where they often have supper or dinner or whatever. Hank says, tomorrow night from 7 to 10 p.m., the family room is reserved for a bachelor party. I got a variance from the city. They're letting us use 70 decibels, same as Bennigan's. Like, he's very proud of that versus,
extremely
the fact
proud
that they can get as loud as Bennigan's. When's the last time you saw a Bennigan's, by the way?
Never.
Really?
Didn't they used to have one in the mall?
No, we
No.
never had a Bennigan's.
We never
here,
had one.
But
I know
would
it's like
see
an
'em up in
Irish-
Dallas and Fort Worth and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they're in Dallas for sure. Yeah.
It's just Chili's. It's Chili's. It's TGI Fridays. It's the same thing.
but it's an Irish.
Yeah. But
It's like
there's
frozen-
it's not super Irish though.
Frozen meat pies, barbecued frozen meat pies.
Barbecued frozen meat pies. Yep, and lots of potatoes. Peggy says, "Well, we're having a bachelor party for Catherine.
Microwaved frozen
is
meat
bringing
pies, not
three-
barbecued. Well, I don't know why I said
Patrick
barbecue.
Swayze movies. So it's going to get crazy over there.
I really
too,
like
right?
Patrick Swayze
Do you?
as an actor. Yeah, I thought he was a good
He's
actor.
all right.
He played in some of my favorites, multiples of my favorites actually.
So could you say that when you watched his movies, you were having the time of your life?
Red Dawn. Yeah, as a
Well,
teenager.
yeah, Red Dawn.
As a teenager, I had like a little plastic AR, a plastic AK, and I was like, "Yeah, Wolverines!" I'd run, put you put on black paint,
Yeah.
you'd stand there and watch the movie and
Pee in
pump
your
the
radiator.
gun. Yeah, pee in the radiator.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna get nuts. Hey, Jared, he says, Red Dawn. All right, so she takes the plates, but Bobby wasn't ready for her to take his plate, so he's like, huh. Then Hank whispers over to Bobby, Bobby, now I can't officially invite you to the bachelor party, but if a certain usher sneaked in and had a snappy Tom or maybe some unattended Collins mixer, I'd be too busy to notice. And like gives him a big wink.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what
also
Snappy Tom is?
a Charlie Sheen movie. No, I don't know what a Snappy Tom
Snappy
is.
Tom is a spicy tomato juice cocktail.
Really?
It
Ooh.
comes in a little can like V8 used to. It was basically an offshoot of V8, but it was spicy.
Yeah, my dad does
used to drink
that.
those damn
My
things.
dad doesn't do. He doesn't drink a Snappy Tom like
Tomato
that.
juice.
But what he does
Yes, it was
is,
great.
it was Snap-E Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
And
a
it
tomato
just
and chili
referred to the-
cocktail, fire roasted chilies, jalapenos, onions. But no, what my dad would do
Artie
is
says Snappy Tom's in the notes.
he would. It is in the notes. He would pour. I'll just let it naturally happen sometimes. But he would pour tomato juice in his beer. My dad did that, and then he
I can
put,
see that.
and then he would dump pepper on
Yeah.
top of it and
Yeah,
drink
and
that.
a lot of people do that. But yeah, it's generally used like in Bloody Marys. And stuff
Like a
that.
chilada, isn't that what that is?
Chilada.
Isn't that what that is? Pretty
yeah,
much like
it's
tomato and
It's
beer.
michelada. Yeah.
Yeah, chilada. How
Yeah.
do they say it?
And then they pile all the stuff on top of it. You know, like it'll have shrimp and it's like a giant, it's like
Yeah.
a Mexican Bloody Mary, basically.
Well, no, there's two different things. There's a chilada and then there's a michelada.
Oh, okay.
A chilada is just like a Mexican lager with lime juice and salt, I guess is what
Oh.
it says here. But it can be enhanced with clamato, tomato juice, hot sauce, soy sauce. So it's like a variation of a michelada
Already
kind
says
of
it's a
thing.
red eye.
Tomato juice shot in
Tomato
your
juice
beer
in
is
your
called a
beer.
red eye.
Yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
My dad called it a trailer park Bloody Mary
Uh-huh.
is what he would call it.
After I have Taco Bell, I have a red eye.
Yeah.
All right. So he's whispering to him and like winking at him like it's some big deal that he can come in there and drink some unattended Collins mixer, which there's no alcohol in it. So the phone rings. Hill residence. Yeah. You hear this is Craig T of KT Entertainment with some special talent tomorrow night. Is that correct? He goes, oh, yeah. The party planner. Gives Bobby a big thumbs up. He goes, now the groom mentioned that he would like to have a happy ending. You cool with that? He goes, oh, of course. He's getting married.
Yeah,
So
I was in a
Hank
box.
Hank has no idea.
No, he does. He has no clue. He's oblivious. No, I was in a box. It depends on like your taste. You gotta like savory to like that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, you gotta like savory. I like savory. Laura Dern, isn't she the one that
I'm a
was
fan
in?
of a happy ending, not a fan of a snappy Tom.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
put
yeah,
those in
Snappy Tom.
context, okay?
Isn't Laura Dern? Isn't she the chick that was in
Blue Velvet?
Blue Velvet, but not Blue Velvet. I was gonna say Jurassic Park.
Yes.
She was the paleontologist. Okay,
Mhm. Yes.
and then isn't her dad?
Bruce Dern.
They shoot horses, don't they?
Yes.
That was that guy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Bruce Dern. Yeah, great actor. All right, so
He's been in some good movies too. He was actually in The Great Gatsby, Black Sunday.
Oh, he's in a
Yeah.
ton of movies.
He usually does the villain.
We
Like
see-
he always plays like an unstable villain. That's what I
he
like
does.
about
He
him.
was
Yeah,
he was very unstable guy. I think he's still pretty unstable if he's still alive.
probably. He actually voiced Randy Strickland in Boxing Luann.
Bruce Derness.
Yeah, he
don't
was
think it's Bruce Dern, is
he
it?
was Randy Strickland. If you remember the episode,
Oh yeah.
Buck Strickland's younger brother and boxing promoter from last season.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was him. He played that voice. So that's pretty cool. Bruce Dern and Laura Dern. I wonder.
Oh,
I wonder.
The Burbs. Yeah, I forgot he's in the Burbs. Yeah, he's the crazy next door neighbor.
I wonder how many father or mother,
Burbs is kind of
daughter or
underrated,
son
man.
combos for voices there are in King of the Hill.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine plenty because it seems like that was more of a like family anyway.
Maybe
the
Farrah
whole
Fawcett and what was her daughter's name?
thing.
She's one of the actors.
Drippy Fawcett.
Drippy Fawcett. No, but it was Farrah Fawcett, and I know there's like an actress that from the last like 20 years that's like her daughter or something.
Oh, he kills
I can't
John
remember.
Wayne in The Cowboys.
Yeah, The Cowboys. That's a good movie. Yeah.
Hey, I want to take a second though and say R.I.P. Ace Frehley.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Ace Frehley. Yeah, I saw
Star
that.
Child.
Yeah,
That sucks. You know, they sold their rights to where they can be holograms.
they would though.
That's
That's very Kiss of them.
It is very Kiss. Yeah.
And that's probably like a perpetuity contract for
I
their
would imagine.
estate. So
Yeah.
as long
Yeah.
as the estate exists, their family's good to go.
They sold their
It's just like that
catalog and
Elvis
their rights.
Presley crap. Like Elvis Presley was worth more money dead than he ever was alive,
Oh,
and
hell
they
yeah.
have milked that for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
Like just the amount of money that Priscilla has been able to.
I would
draw
go
from
to an
that.
Elvis Presley hologram concert.
I would
go to that.
I would go to that.
That would be fun.
If they did the 1968 comeback special in a hologram.
Why don't you do Elvis and Kiss, same show, all holograms? That'd be great.
Yeah, and then you might as well go grab Chris Christopherson. Is he still alive?
I don't think so.
Like I don't know.
He just right in the middle. It's
Yeah,
not a
you might
drum
as well.
Solo, it's lineman.
It'd be insane to do, but they could get Buddy Holly and the Crickets. They could get Richie Van Halen's, and then his name.
No, Eddie.
No, yeah, Eddie Van Halen, and then Richie Valens.
Oh, you're talking.
I meant Richie Valens.
Yeah,
Richie Valens, however you say his name. Richie
Tupac.
Valens, Tupac. I mean, just imagine the people that you could have. All of the. You could bring John Lennon back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we want to bring him back.
Well, you're basically talking about a holographic "We Are the World."
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
If you can just wait it out, Big Bopper. If you can just wait it out until Willie Nelson dies, then you really got something.
I think I talked about this
Which might be
before,
tomorrow.
but I'll talk about it again. Buddy Holly is would be around the same age as my friend's grandmother. My friend's grandmother.
You all know his friend's grandmother.
Went to the same church and the same schools and everything as Buddy Holly.
Oh, really?
Because Lubbock is not a very big.
Yeah.
At that time, it was even smaller.
Yeah.
You're talking about the 50s, so it was even smaller then than it is now. And my friend's grandmother, as pictures with her and Buddy Holly, like when he was young.
I wonder what's going to happen when people start reviving these dead celebrities to do interviews and stuff with them. Because
I meant to talk to you about
what
that.
I'm saying is,
oh
if you
yeah,
look at Sora, that app that came out.
Yeah.
One of the features of that is you being able to be in the same short with famous people and vice versa.
Well, they're also doing a thing too where they've already got one celebrity that's been taken off, Martin Luther King. Well, not celebrity; he's a civil rights
I did
leader.
See that. Yeah.
So everybody, like
podium.
literally, they've said if you call in, we'll take you off.
Mhm.
So I imagine a lot more people will be.
But I'm just.
But there's this
wondering-
podcast format that I don't know if you saw that what they're doing. It was on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but Jane Goodall was their first guest.
Really?
And what it was is it allows it's people who are close to the end of life, and they allow them to go on there and say whatever they want as their last message to the world,
Oh, wow.
and then they release it after their death.
Yeah. By the way, R.I.P. Jane Goodall.
Yeah,
Good
rest
person.
in peace to Jane Goodall too.
Yeah.
And she said her favorite animal was a dog. If I was a chimpanzee, I'd be pissed to hear that shit. That would make me so goddamn mad.
It's like right in the middle of the show. She says, "Well, my favorite animal is a dog." She just gets a face full of crap.
Yeah, just a chimpanzee like throwing shit at her. But so what they do is they allow them to say whatever they want
Yeah,
without any
sure.
kind of social repercussions
Yeah.
after the fact.
And then
It's
they
on
release it after
Netflix.
they die.
So they released it after they die. She was the first one that they did, and
God, what a morbid interview.
well, it is morbid in a sense, but it's also revealing. I feel like in a sense because you're talking to somebody who's lived for a very long time on Earth, and just the insight that she gives on her life and where we're at as a society and stuff like that. And I think those perspectives are needed. I think a lot of people, when they start getting that old, a lot of people just discount them from just being old fogies. And they don't listen to what the generation before them says, even though that generation has been here. Not all people are good to listen to from those generations, but the ones that progressed are the ones good to talk to. Like my grandma is very, very, like she's a very progressive person. My grandma after World War II was a part of the British Communist Party and everything. My grandma was a super progressive woman. And now in her 90s, it's cool to hear her perspective on what the world looks like now and how she could relate and compare it to like the world that looked like in the 30s and 40s when she was a little girl growing up. So it's like, I don't know. I think those types of formats are really cool. And I really can't wait to see how that format develops.
There's a little project that Casey and I are working on for one of the schools here in town, which is you go and you interview somebody's family, like you get them on the phone and interview them about them, and then you put it like in almost a podcast form, and you give that as a present to the person. Or it could be the other way around, where the old person gets to talk about their family or whatever, and then they give it to the family like as they die or before they die or something. So I guess it's not as morbid as I thought to begin with.
No, it's not that bad. No, I think it's a really cool idea too, because it allows these people to say whatever the hell they want, and that, like I said, no social repercussions. Because she went on there and they were at, she was speaking freely, and she was talking about sending up Elon Musk to Mars on a rocket ship. She goes, he needs to jump on that ship and go himself. And
I
shit
was
like
in a box. It made a good point. It's similar to what they did with the Paul Rubens documentary, with the final interview being released. Hit me hard in the face. Yeah, that
I'm not sure if that was designed that way. I don't know if he does. I don't know. Well, actually, yeah, because he was sick. Yeah, it was.
Something about it.
No, absolutely, you're right. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was sick. But yeah, no, that's cool. I like that. I like the ability to hear people's more candid. Because they don't have anything to repercussion. They don't have to worry about TMZ or none of that shit. They're in the afterlife.
All right, so we left off with Craig T of KT Entertainment talking about a happy ending, and Hank's like, of course he's getting married, because he has no idea. Boomhauer
zero ideas.
Down the street, and
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to tell you what that show was called. That show is called Famous Last Words.
Okay.
So for everybody out there, go check that out. Really cool little interview.
Yeah, I was in a box. He did come out as gay in that interview. He knew it'd be released after he was gone. Yeah. Artie says it's like going to your own funeral. Kind of. All right. So Boomhauer's walking down the street. He sees Catherine getting fitted for her wedding dress in Hank's house. He goes. The two girls are in there. They leave to go get something. So Catherine's in there by herself. He walks up to the window. It looks like Bobby's room.
Yeah.
He knocks on the window. She comes over to the window. And he goes, oh, man, dang old beautiful, man. She goes, oh, I'm sure somehow it's bad luck for you to see me in my gown. Will you try to stop by Patch's bachelor party? Knowing Patch, it'll be pretty tame, but I'm sure there'll be good food and good music. He goes, Catherine, man, no, I don't want to go against blood or nothing like that, man. But you got to keep dang old eye on Patch, man. And then Hank is standing right behind her, or right behind Boomhauer. He goes, Boomhauer? Like in his best dad voice. Right?
Boomhauer, yeah.
He pulls Boomhauer into his garage, and he says, I never thought I'd have to pull you in the garage like I do with Bill and Dale. See, he thinks more of him. And he goes,
yeah,
hey,
he does.
Man. He goes, it's time for you to stop, or the time for you to stop this wedding was 20 years ago, before you broke up with Catherine. You need to grow up. Patch did. He goes, no, you don't understand, man. He goes, I think I understand plenty, but you need to suck it up and get with the program.
Oh, that song that was playing right there. Sorry, there's music playing right there. That was Play That Funky Music, White Boy, Wild Cherry.
So now we're having,
which would be accurate. Sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you. It would be accurate for their age bracket, because 1976 is when that song came out. And Hank and them would have been, teenagers ish.
That's the one that we see in the flash. That's one we hear in the flashbacks.
No, the one in the flashbacks is because I'm a joker.
Oh,
I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. And that song came out around that same time in the 70s, I guess.
So we're at Hank's house. It's bachelor party time. We're playing poker, and Khan's there, Buck's there, a bunch of other guys are there. All four of our guys are there. Everybody's there, right? All the guys are there. And Hank says, Ace is high in your face, sir. And then Buck says, yeah, look at all those Frito chips all yours, old top. And that's the only thing we get from Buck.
That's it.
He goes, hey, Patch, can you grab me a beer? Patch gets up. He's got a ball and chain on his leg. And he goes, oh, hold it down, guys. Everybody's laughing. Hold it down, guys. We're pushing past 60. And he's got an actual sound reader, in his hand, where he's reading the decibels to make sure they don't get too loud.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny that he has one of those. Like who just has access to that? You know what I mean? I couldn't go in my house and just grab a sound meter. They got them on your phones now, though. You can download an app for that.
Point. He's like, why is Buck there or Khan? I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
honestly,
sure.
they don't know them. But anyway, Patch turns around. He's walking towards the kitchen, and he runs into Boomhauer. Boomhauer hands him a 6-pack of Alamo, and he goes, Yo, man.
Well, not only that, we don't know what the rest of the neighborhood's relationship with
Yeah, that's
him
true.
is.
That's true.
Like, we never really get to see how he interacts with just Boomhauer by him and Boomhauer
Yeah.
or him and, there's very little of that. So I feel like they could have a friendship. That's why
You're
he's
right,
there.
Propane,
Now, Buck being there, I think Buck, vicariously lives through Hank. Hank probably mentioned it at work.
Yes.
And Buck's like, wedding?
Well,
Bridesmaids?
bachelor party.
Yeah, bachelor party,
Yeah.
wedding, bridesmaids. Yeah.
And then poker. So yeah, it's all of Buck's favorite thing.
Yeah.
But he hands a 6-pack to Patch and he goes, Yo, man, talking about yo. And then Bill's like, aw. I mean, it's just, Bill's the only one that reacts like, aw.
Oh.
We hear the doorbell.
Hey.
Hank says, be right there. Everyone hold on to your hats because a special talent has arrived. And Patch is the only one who goes, yeah. He opens the door. He goes, hello, you must be Mr. T. And then the guy with the ponytail, Sleazy, who obviously is maybe had a little coke. Goes, how you doing this evening, sir? Leave the door unlocked like we discussed. He goes, yes, sir. He goes, and then people start walking in. Karaoke. Dale was right because they're carrying a boombox, right?
Yep. And that's the song. Sorry, like I pre-gamed it.
Oh, that was it.
That's the song that I meant. Yeah.
Okay. Now we go over to the bridal shower, and they have a torso of a man cake, and all of the lower half has been eaten. And Men they're giving presents to Catherine. Men has given a present to Catherine. Catherine holds it up. It looks like a fruit roll up. She goes,
yep.
Edible underpants made from same stuff as fruit roll up, so don't sit on anything dusty. That's a good joke.
That is a good joke.
Peggy says, game time, 101 bachelorette party games. And she opens up she holds up a book. She opens it up and she's going to read the game. For the first game, we'll need nail polish and a summer squash. Oh, She goes, why don't we just go see what the guys are up to? So now we know there's going to be a conflict. There's going to be problems.
There's going to be some issues.
Now we're back at the bachelor party. And the guy says, gentlemen, there's only one rule, and that is to have fun and to tip generously. And Hank says, well, since you're here to MC, I'm going to go get the hot wings. I could use a little help. Bobby comes out from behind the couch and follows him in there. The guy says, gents, there's a special menu available for special requests. All right, huh? Okay, all right. Now, let's get the bachelor. And then you just hear all of them chanting, patch, 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 patch. Then 3 ladies of the evening come down the hall, and you hear Boomhauer go, dang, man, no way, man. Talking about dang old sanctity of marriage, man. Just dang old, get on out. Patch comes up to him and says, dang old mine, all mine, talking primed and ready. Boomhauer says, here's some dang old money. No, you just get on out of here, man. He goes, hold on now. And so this whole time, the girls are just standing there, right? One of the girls just goes ahead and grabs the money and stuffs it in her bra. Boomhauer is basically like, you got to get the hell out of here. Patch is like, no, we're gonna have a good time. He goes, hold on now, come on, baby, we need a bedroom story, man. Talking about once upon my lap. He's just a crude.
Once upon my lap, yeah, he is crude.
Yeah,
funny but crude. Yeah.
Hank and Bobby come in holding cookie sheets full of chicken wings.
Get them while they're hot.
And he says, get them while they're hot. And Bobby looks over and goes, wow, you didn't tell me about this part, Dad. Hank says, Bobby, close your eyes and go to your room. Boomhauer, what are you doing? You see the girls, and then the girls from the bachelorette party come in through the door. Peggy sees it, and she goes, Hank. Catherine sees it and goes, Patch. And Patch says, dang old help. Boomhauer told you no hanky-panky. Dang old hijacked by boom hose.
By boom hose. I like that. That's a good one. Dang old hijacked by boom hose. Them old boom hose. Yeah,
Catherine turns.
That's a good shirt. Boom hose.
Yes, boom hose.
Yeah.
Catherine turns to Boomhauer and goes, "Is this true, Boomhauer? Did you pay for these women to?" That's when the girl stuffs the money in her.
There you go. That's a good idea for like a wing shop like Hooters, but it's called Boom Hose.
Boom hose. Hank says, "I can't believe you. Marriage may not mean anything to you, but it means a lot to Patch and me and Buck and everyone else here." Well, number one, you've named 2 guys, Hank, that have nothing to do with marriage. They could care less.
None.
Buck and Patch. And then Patch says, or Boomhauer says, "Hey, man, I'm talking about dang old." And Hank says, "I don't want to hear it. Now take your hired floozies and get the hell out. Now, Boomhauer, all of them leave. And then Patch turns to Catherine and says, "Guy's not out, man. Talking girls? Why?" Like he is just feigning, that he is completely innocent in all of this.
Yep.
Right.
And Peggy right here is like,
Catherine shuts the door in Boomhauer's face, and we go to our second commercial break. We will do that real quick, and we'll be
right back.
Right back. There it is.
BWAAA.com.
I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the BWAAA MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
BWAAA.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Introducing Muck Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
And we are back.
We are
sliding into the home stretch here. So Catherine has shut the door on Boomhauer's face
because of the boom hose.
Yeah. Now we got Hank, Bill, and Dale in the alley, and they're all in suits. So it's the day of, or the rehearsal dinner is what's going on. Hank says, "I really thought Boomhauer had come around. I mean, he brought beer, but then prostitutes." Dale says, "Maybe you can work that into your best man speech at the rehearsal dinner, in a funny way."
Hank's kind of shaming strippers here. You know what I mean? He's calling them prostitutes. Just because somebody strips doesn't mean that they're prostitutes.
That's true.
Dances.
Hank
Sorry,
says,
they're called dancers. Just because somebody exotic dances doesn't mean that they sell their bodies for sex.
Hank says, "What really bugs me is that Boomhauer flat out lied to me. It makes me question our entire friendship." Now, here's the one and only time that I can think of in the recent memory that Dale has been prophetic and has said something truly inspirational. He goes, "Whoremonger, yes. Liar, unproven. Technically, Boomhauer did not lie to your face. You merely assumed that he lied." And Hank's like, "Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess that is what happened." He goes, "Wait a minute. You're right. I never asked Boomhauer if he tried to break up Patch and Catherine."
I was in a box that Hank needs to chill. He was literally a pimp.
That's true. He says, "So he hasn't actually lied to me yet. If I go to Boomhauer and he comes clean, well, maybe there's a chance we can still be friends." And he walks off. Bill looks at Dale and says, "Does this suit smell like embalming fluid to you?"
Whoa. He's grave robbing.
It's very funny. Hank knocks on Boomhauer's door. Boomhauer opens the door and he goes, "Now, Boomhauer, as a man, I'm obliged to try to salvage our friendship of over 30 years by asking you some tough questions. Do you love Catherine Hester?" He goes, "Yo, man." He goes, "And does the thought of Patch marrying her tear you up inside?" "Yo, man." "And did you hire those ladies of easy virtue to frame Patch?"
Ladies of easy virtue.
"And break up the wedding?" "No, man."
That's a good hair metal band. The
Yeah,
Ladies of
Ladies of
Easy
Easy
Virtue.
He goes, "Oh, Boomhauer, I'm so sorry for doubting you." Well, wait a minute. If you didn't hire those girls, then Craig T. Oh God, Patch knew all along. He asked him 3 questions.
That's it.
And then gave up on everything
Immediately.
But he has been friends with him for 30 years, so he knows how to read him. You know, that's the only thing that salvages it in my mind. He goes, he knew all along. He goes, dang, man, now talking about don't get hurt falling off that dang old high horse, man. Hank says, Boomhauer, I deserve all that and more, but right now I need to get to that rehearsal dinner and set things right. I'll give Patch the happy ending he deserves. I'll tell you what.
Whoa, I think that demonstrates that Hank has no idea what the term happy ending means.
No, he has no idea. Now, this is the part I was talking about as far as location goes. They are having the rehearsal dinner at the Catfish Plantation. That is in Waxahachie. It has since been closed and turned into a place called the Blind Pig Butchery. But it's in Waxahachie. So, again, I think we're going the other direction.
It's actually a haunted restaurant in Waxahachie. It's a haunted space.
I've been there once. And the only thing that happened is while people weren't looking, I knocked my silverware on the floor and went, oh, my God. That was about it, you know.
Yeah, it says it's the best Cajun spiced seafood and haunted atmosphere.
Not anymore. It's closed.
Yeah, it's closed now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's
it was
it
won the People's Choice Award for one of the top 10 favorite catfish restaurants in the state of Texas in 2016.
That is
in
very specific.
Texas Highways magazine's
there was one thing that I thought was kind of goofy, but you'd go in there and you'd see these old pictures of, you know, long dead people and things like that, and then over in the corner they had a mannequin up in the air on a broom like a witch.
Here you go. Here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
After receiving permission, the animators of King of the Hill drew the restaurant exactly as it appeared in real life.
Oh, wow.
The animators sent the very drawing of the restaurant, which aired on King of the Hill, to the restaurant where it hung as a decoration, and it contained various signings from people from the production team.
Oh, that's cool.
And damn it. Son of a biscuit. I clicked a bunch of buttons when I lifted it up. There
you're showing it. Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's neat that they did that for him. That's almost as cool.
The actual, like when you see that scene of the catfish plantation and they had it hanging on the wall and a bunch of people signed it.
You know, that's cool because that's a business, and as a business owner, I would find that cool. But businesses transfer from hand to hand.
Yeah.
We got drawn by a.
That's true.
Like we were immortalized. That's just a building.
It's on my wall, and I talk to you about almost everybody.
I have told so many people about it. Like,
so it pans
sick
over,
of hearing it.
and we see a sign that says Catherine and Patch Wedding Rehearsal Dinner, Room 1. Everyone is there, and then when I say everyone, I mean everyone. And you hear Patch.
Oh yeah, this is a good observation. Sorry, from Artie in his notes. He said it's kind of fucked up that Hank's ready. He didn't say that. That's my words. He said Hank is ready to stop being Boomhauer's friend because he thinks he lied to him. But Dale lies to Hank every day about so much stupid stuff, and Hank's also been keeping John Redcorn's affair with Nancy a secret for over a decade. So,
well, again, I think it comes into play that he expects more out of Boomhauer because he knows how smart Boomhauer is, you know. All right, so up at the dais or the front table, Peggy's sitting there and a couple other people. There's an empty chair next to her. Patch comes through and says, dang, we're the best man, Deckham Hank. Got a good speech, man. Talking about life's funny sometimes like that, man. Peggy goes, oh, my God, your Hank is dead on. You know, I do a great Bobby. Well, I just wanted her to do Bobby. All of a sudden,
yeah, I do a great Bobby.
Then comes Bobby standing. He's basically the gatekeeper. He's the guy at the
maitre
front
d'
door. Yeah, maitre d'. He goes, Hank comes through. He goes, excuse me, sir. We have a hard 7:00 start time, so I'm gonna. And then nothing happens. And then we hear men say, "There, Boomhauer. We get a good fight. Make up for Cash Bar." Patch is looking at the waitresses, of course, and commenting.
Oh, yeah.
Hank comes through and he goes, sorry, I'm late. And then he clinks the toast glass like he's going to give a toast. And he goes, Hank Hill, best man, Strickland Propane. When people get married, as these two plan to tomorrow, you got to act right. You got to have commitment, devotion, trust. You can't be fooling around, and you surely can't be. And then Catherine interrupts him. She clinks on the glass. She stands up and she says, There's something I have to say. When Patch first asked me to marry him, it was a dream come true. But when I got here, I realized how much Patch reminded me of Boomhauer and that I might be trying to recapture something I lost. And then Boomhauer hired a bunch of prostitutes to make me think Patch was some kind of pervert, and I hated him for it. But it was that desperate, crazy, romantic move that made me realize maybe there is something still between Boomhauer and me. I'm sorry, Patch, I cannot marry you. Patch looks at her and he's like, well, now, hold on, baby. No, it was all me, man. Yeah, all me. Talking about freaking buyers. Spent Thanksgiving with them hoes, man.
that killed me. Imagine being Brad Pitt having to say these lines. Yeah.
Thanksgiving with
I
these
spent
hoes.
Thanksgiving with these hoes, man.
There's another shirt. You have like
a turkey or something like that. A turkey with an eggplant coming out of it.
Yeah. And you hear, oh my. And she goes, you're the one who hired those strippers? He goes, dang straight, baby, dang old hopeless romantic. She goes, no. Boomhauer hired them because he couldn't stand to see us together as a grand romantic gesture. You hiring them is just plain sleazy. It's over, Patch. So finally, she's seen the light. He goes, dang old, no, baby, talking about not me, not talking about Hank. Dang old Hank loves hookers, man. So Patch is a real piece of work.
Yeah, Hank loves hookers.
He blames whoever's around. She storms out. He follows. The next day, we've got Boomhauer and Catherine standing by her car, and they're talking to each other, and she says, well, here we are saying goodbye again. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a donut in your front lawn this time, which I think we've all seen that.
Yeah.
A pissed-off girlfriend doing a donut in somebody's front yard. I just need to go away for a while and get my head together. Boomhauer says, hey, man, talking about dang old roller coaster, man. You know, I talk about destiny and big old dipper, man. You know, but just like dang old North Star, man. I'll always be there, man. You know, just like dang old GPS on Hertz Gold. I guess they used to put a GPS in a Hertz Gold thing. You got it?
Yeah, maybe.
She goes, I feel the same way. They hug and she drives off. He goes to the guys in the alley. Hank hands him a beer and he goes, hey, dang old Hank, man, you know, talking about life that dang old might never ever come, you know, but if it do, man, you know, I know, man, I might be putting a little call on you, man. He goes, well, Boomhauer, I'd be honored. And then we get our credits. Everything's right with the world again. After the credits, we get, whoa, Patch from Dale. And that's about it.
That is about it.
That is season 8,
episode 1.
Patch Boomhauer.
Patch Boomhauer.
I think we can all agree
the one and only.
Boomhauer's a piece of crap.
Piece of dog turd.
And we'll revisit that later, I guess. But thank you all for being here. I know this one ran just a tad long, but we appreciate you guys being here. You want to tell them where they can find us for more nonsense?
Yep, you can find us at BWAAA You could email us at BWAAKOTH@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you again for being here, for always being here. Artie, Trey, I was in a box. Let's see who else we got. Propane Man, Trey. I think I already said your name. Artie again. Jared. We had quite a few interactions this morning. I really appreciate it, guys. Jeff was also here. Sparky Buff, man. Yeah, we did. You guys did great this morning. So thank you all. If I missed you, I'm sorry. We love you, and we'll see you again next time. One thing left to say.
If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and stick around for our next episode because we are recording live right now. So if you're with us right now, stick around. And Wimatanye.
Wimatanye indeed. For the first time in 15 episodes. Wimatanye.
Good shirt. Wimatanye, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do a Friday. Sorry, my wife texted me about something.
No, you're good. I just got that email stuff to talk about.
Okay.
And maybe a cider podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna do our Friday episode.
You know, that's what I was thinking, like, because I texted you about that cider thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing the Rusty Shackelford show and just having different
that's the way to go,
segments. I
where
think
you
just
do
having
different
just weird different
'Cause
segments.
you could play a game. You could talk
I could
about
do
cider.
anything.
You could do this.
I
you
could do
that,
anything.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It opens up for everything. I
All
could
right, guys, we're
movies,
gonna do
TV shows.
a Friday
I could do Ray Gun
episode.
Magazine, Eminem's interview in Ray Gun Magazine from 1999.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna do a Friday episode. So stick around if you can.
It's a different
Sure.
day and age.
Hey there,
That's a
welcome
great
to
shirt.
BWAAA King of the Hill podcast. I am Mike.
And I am still
He
rusty.
still is. It is
Yeah.
a That Ain't Right Friday, Rusty, and we are back into the swing of things like we used to be, like the good old days. We did Monday. We released season 8, episode 1. Back to the script, back to the
script.
color coding.
Back on track.
Today we're at a Friday episode, so we do things adjacent to the King of the Hill universe. You had an email, I think.
So it's not the tray in chat, but it's a different tray, obviously. So over a course of since December 2nd, now we've gotten 3 emails from this Trey character here, and the first email was, I love the pod, except for when the revival gets brought up. Have no faith in it. Just want to enjoy KOTH as it was before the George Orwell version. Very poetic, a very poetic person. And then the email that we got here says, I know what show that email was talking about that's like KOTH but came out before it, and it should be gate kept. So he had a show or something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure what show he's talking about. I still haven't figured it out, but it's some show that came out a decade before King of the Hill that he talking about gatekeeping.
Yeah.
He said, and yes, it should be gate kept, just like KOTH should have been left to rest in peace instead of playing Weekend at Bernie's with its corpse with lame motion tweening.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know what that even means.
Well,
it doesn't
he's just
get the
saying they
credit.
revived it, which is
Yeah.
nuts.
It doesn't get the credit and recognition it deserves, but it sure as heck has one thing that all those incessantly running zombie shows like Simpsons, KOTH, American Dad, and one day Bob's Burgers don't have: Going Out with Dignity. I still don't know what show this is. This guy's I don't want to say crazy, but this guy's gatekeeping the show, and I'm not sure why, but whatever. But yeah, that's our 3rd email. So Trey, if you're listening, give us some clues. Maybe make this a game.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate you listening. So make it a game.
Yeah,
Make it a game. Do something like that. Game it up.
I don't necessarily agree with it, though. I understand your trepidation on this thing because we all had trepidation about the way this thing was going to go. But I think we saw that good writing is good writing. And so I'm very happy with the redo or the continuation. I think that's one of the things I'm most happy about is that it is a continuation and it's not an actual.
Yeah, it's not like a
redo.
revival. It's a lot of the same people are still involved in it.
So I've got an article here, which I found kind of interesting. It's from comicbook.com, written by Nick Valdez. It was done October 14th, 2025 at 11:14 a.m., if you need to know that much. It's called 18 Years Ago, King of the Hill set an offensive franchise record in an episode that unwittingly parodied a real-life person. So this is very interesting. I've never heard it before. King of the Hill set an infamous show record with an episode released 18 years ago today. So I'm assuming that was October 14th, 18 years back.
Yeah.
That also surprisingly parodied a real life person. King of the Hill is currently enjoying a whole new time in the spotlight thanks to the release of the new revival series earlier this summer with Hulu. Launched 15 years after the original series came to an end. It's been a great time to also go back and check out the classic series episodes to see how much or hasn't actually changed for Hank Hill and the rest of the people of Arlen. 18 years ago today, on October 14th, 2007, King of the Hill aired Four Wave Intersection. The season 12 episode, which we haven't gotten to yet, on the outside might not seem like it would be the most memorable one when compared to the rest of the later era seasons. It's a great episode for Boomhauer as it showcases a focus on his past and what his current age means for his identity, but the rest of the water park stories within it likely haven't stuck around in fans' minds. But this episode actually set a record for Hank threatening to kick someone's ass 3 times in a single episode.
Oh, wow.
King of the Hill season 12, episode 4, titled "Four."
But remember, folks, he's all bark and no bite.
That's
He
true.
only ever kicks Jimmy Witchard in the
Jimmy
ass.
Witchard.
He's the only person that ever actually feels Hank's foot.
The episode titled "Four-Wave Intersection" sees Arlen hit by a huge heat wave, and Bobby and the others convince Hank to get them season passes to a local water park to help cool off. It's from here that the chaos begins, as when Hank drops off Bobby and the others, it's soon revealed that the local surfers have taken over one of the rides. Rather than let park goers use the surfing pool, the big ka-tube-ah, these surfers bully Bobby and the others, sending him nude down a giant water slide. Bobby and the others try recruiting Boomhauer for help, as it was revealed that Boomhauer was a longboard surfer in his past, but Boomhauer is ridiculed as well, as when his old style ways are no longer in fashion. It gets to a point where Hank gets frustrated enough to be involved, and he gives his first of his threats. I don't know what the heck is going on here, but someone needs to get their asses kicked. Hank threatening to kick someone's ass is one of the show's long-running gags, and it's even funnier when he actually does follow through and kicks seed asses, C-E-D, or I think it's supposed to be said. But the big aspect of the show is that Hank continues to reiterate kicking asses with the second threat: I'm going to kick their asses. Then it leads to the final confrontation with the bully surfers themselves, where Hank finally says, "To kick your ass," when asked why he came to the water park. Not only did this episode have Hank hilariously threaten to kick asses 3 times for the first in the series history, but each of them is different from one another in tone and verbiage the more Hank gets involved with the situation. While Hank hilariously threatens to kick asses the most times in this episode compared to every other in the series, he isn't the one that ultimately throws a punch. It's Boomhauer as he hits one of the bullies with his surfboard and kicks off a new era for the theme park. On the other side of things, Bill ends up getting stranded on the side of the road and becomes a figure of the town, waving to people as they pass by. He ends up taking up the mantle of heat waver, who helps raise morale during the heat wave. This unwittingly was parody of a real-life individual who was famous in his town for doing the same. Johnny Barnes was a popular fixture in his
Johnny Barnes
in the town of Hamilton, Bermuda, as he would stand at the foot of the
heat
lane.
waver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would stand at the foot of the lane roundabout in the area and wave to passing traffic for several hours a day. He was such a fixture of the town for 50 years that he was listed in several guidebooks of the town, and tourists would come say hello to him specifically. It's not the exact same situation as Bill, but it is a wild coincidence for King of the Hill that came to light years later. This goes to show the kind of magic King of the Hill has been working with since it first began all those years ago. It's kind of magic that can both have Hank threatening to kick asses so many times in a single episode, but also be mostly about Boomhauer. All the while, it also had fun side story for Bill that mirrored real life. It's part of the sticking power of the series, and all these years later, that's why its current revival era has been received so well, too. It's all coming full circle. Great little article.
That's cool.
The thing I'd never heard about. But, you know, I don't know that guys standing on the side of the road waving is that uncommon, honestly. We got a guy that wears a like captain's hat that stands over here at the Mexican fish place and waves at people every morning.
Well, sometimes I stand out in my yard at like 2 or 3 in the morning
Sure.
since I work nights, and I'm sure people that drive by at that time of night are like, "Who in the hell is this
You
guy?"
wave
at 2
something
every
at them,
night?
you just don't wave your hand.
No,
Is that what it is?
I wave my hand, but they're probably wondering why somebody's waving at them at 3
That's
a.m.
That's true. Big Katuba is a play on Big Kahuna. Yep.
Big Kahuna.
Bill is the heat waver.
Bill
Okay,
is the one and
so
only heat
there is
waver.
another article here that I had printed out, but I am not going to read this whole thing. It is it's
Yeah.
a lot. But here's what I would like for you to do. I'm giving you a little homework. Texas Monthly, Why King of the Hill is the Most Significant Work of Texan Culture of the Past 30 Years by Sean O'Neill. This was written back in August. If you get a chance to read this, it's a very good article that talks about this guy's, the way he grew up, even compares Hank to a Roman emperor. It's a good read and it's well written. So please check out that Texas Monthly article, Why King of the Hill is the Most Significant Work of Texan Culture of the Past 30 Years. Okay. Anything else? We know that our favorite artist, he is continues to work on the graphic novel, I believe.
Gary Yap, absolutely.
Yep, Gary Yap is continuing to work, and we're hoping that
To
we
hear
get
more
a
about
shot
that.
at that.
Yep.
I checked in on a secret friend that I have that has some stuff about the show. I'm hoping that friend at some point lets me show you what I've seen. It's some stuff about somebody who has passed that was on the show that it's great, like slice of life type stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Got a lot of that stuff, checked in with them, and they said they gave me a big thumbs up. So I guess everything's good. I'm hoping though that I get to bring you guys that, because I think that would be an entire episode for us. There's some video, there's lots of pictures, there's some cool stories. It'd be really cool to cover that.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be, purposely
no, that's not what we're about
or anything.
Yeah,
I just don't want to give away any facts because I said I wouldn't. So, but I will say this, Jonathan Joss, John Redcorn dying, very, very sad thing. We were honored to have the last interview, but I will tell you this, Jonathan Joss gave us an incredible gift. And I'm just talking about me and Rusty, gave us an incredible gift. And that was when he passed, people watched that interview and all of a sudden they felt like they knew us as well. And we've been reached out to so many times by so many places and so many people that it's kind of
overwhelming.
It's weird. Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's
a
odd.
little overwhelming because that wasn't our intention. That wasn't the goal.
No,
we just wanted to allow somebody. And that's what in any interview that we do, we always allow people to tell their story, and that's all we wanted was his story, and he did.
Oh, thank you. I was in a box. Appreciate it.
Thank you, bud.
I don't think this secret friend is very secret.
It's a little more secret than you.
But
it's a little more secret than you would think.
Again, I don't want to say anything outright because I said I wouldn't. And that's just the right thing to do. Hank wouldn't tell you, so. I am really looking forward to showing that stuff to you guys, though, if I can.
It'd be great.
It's fantastic.
It'd be awesome.
And anyway, I just want to say thank you to Jonathan Joss once again, because he gave us a great gift. And it's sad that it had to happen the way it did. But I also want to say this, that we read that email about the reboot or the continuation of King of the Hill, and I couldn't agree less. I think they did a fine job. And taking 15 years off or however long it was and fast forwarding the characters and but showing that the writing is still as good as it ever was, because we're back to the original folks. It's not a handed down series like The Simpsons or whatever. And I'm very appreciative for what we got, and I'm very much looking forward to a season 15.
Yeah, so. I am too. And wherever we're at in the world at that time, sorry, but we're jumping on season 15.
Oh yeah, so. Absolutely. And
I hope that we could be at the end,
yeah.
like we were last time. We happened to just hit right at the end when it released.
Yeah.
So
be cool.
We're hoping that happens.
ATX TV is coming back around. We will go to that.
We'll check that out.
Hopefully they're doing another King of the Hill thing there, and we'll take.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. All right.
We might try to prepare maybe like a live stream from there.
Yeah, a live stream from there would be very cool.
Like do something like
I wish we could have done a
camera.
What we should have done is just turned on our phones when we were in that bar thing they had.
I just sat and talked.
That was super cool.
Yeah. We'll have to take like a little. We'll have to be a little prepared for that for next time.
I was in the box said, we didn't know what to expect.
No, we really didn't know
I was
what
in
to
box
expect.
says what really excites me is how much the new season left out. I could not agree with you more. Means they have so much more for later. You're right. So like we were talking about in Monday, we were talking about Boomhauer's wife. Now we need to figure out who that is and how that all happened. Artie, thanks again, as always, for providing your notes and your friendship. We really appreciate it. I was in the box. Thanks for being here. Anybody else who checked in this episode, I really, really appreciate it. Propane Man, a lot of folks were here today. Trey, a lot of you guys, and we always love seeing you, and we thank you for being here. Where can they find us if they want to find us?
If you want to find us, you can find us at BWAAA. That's 3 A's. BWAAA KOTH on all social media, and you can find us on YouTube at BWAAA KOTH, and you can also send us an email at BWAKOTH@gmail.com.
Trey would like for us all to go smoke now,
and that's a possibility.
Thank you guys for helping us.
For me, anyway. Thanks. For me, anyway.
Hey, by the way, I want to tell you one little thing. This has nothing to do with King of the Hill, but a conversation I had yesterday, and this might involve you as well.
Might.
I talked to a guy who has a wrestling company here locally.
Oh, yeah.
Needs help.
Oh,
I talked about helping him throw some shows.
oh,
But we would do like a rock and wrestling thing where we'd have bands and
Yeah.
wrestling. My friend Casey had the best idea that came out of this. What you do is people pay an extra $5, and while the bands are playing, they can get up in the ring and mosh. That's a great fucking idea right there. That is a great idea.
I like that. That is a good idea.
So anyway, if you guys hear something about wrestling, yeah, maybe that's what we're doing for a
There
while.
you go. Yeah,
So-
I'll do whatever. I don't care.
I know that.
I love it all.
All right, guys, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And one thing left to say,
We Matanya.
we Matanya indeed, you MFers. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We're wrapping it up and going to our families. Goodbye.